Welcome back to the channel. So today I've got basically a basic car here in front of me. It is the 2022 330i, so the G20 chassis. So it's the entry-level 3 Series, at least in the US market. I believe price starts around $41,000. And here it is shown in the lovely Portimao Blue, which is exclusive to the M Sport package. So if you want this color, you're going to pay even more than the regular $550 for the metallic paint. Let's take a look around the 330i and talk about some of the features that have been removed and changed due to basically a chip shortage. So you can see in front of us we have the M Sport package. We've got the shadow line package. You can see blacked out grille, as well as the shadow line lights, which I think make the car look a lot more aggressive as well. Blacked out grills, etc. Over on the side here, we've got the 793i for individual wheels. I think they look pretty damn good. There's a little bit, looks like a little bit orbit gray involved in there. And you can see that lower spoke here, at least on the video here, BMW individual label. So it's not an M wheel. And you notice that we don't have the M Sport calipers. Now those are available, not as a standalone option, but part of the dynamic handling package, which is I think another $2,400 or so, which gets you now the adaptive M suspension, which appears to be back across the 3 Series as available options, including the M340i. And I'll get you those M Sport calipers as well for the 330i. Just love the Portimao Blue. Again, this is the launch color for the 3 Series just a few years ago, so we are heading into the LCR, Lifecycle Impulse Refresh in BMW speak. For the 3 Series, that will be for the 2023 model year. And it looks like what's going to happen is you're going to get Idrive 8 as well as that curved display. That will be an option on the i4 and standard in the iX. So eventually that Idrive 8 will make its way across the models as they go through refresh or introduction, as the cases of a few other cars like the 7 Series and soon to be the 5 Series, I guess another model year for that one. But let's take a look at the inside and go over some of the options on this particular 330i. So as you can see, we've got the Cognac interior, which I think is a classic combination with the Portimao Blue. Of course, an ivory or maybe even the Canberra beige would go well with this, as well as Tacora red, and of course your standard black. So again, Sensatec 2.0 gets you that perforated Sensatec. So it's much improved over the previous version of Sensatec. Feels a lot softer, at least to my touch. Probably not as comfortable as the leather as well. Of course, I don't sit in these cars extremely long for long test drives. We've got our M Sport or Sport seats available. Also got our manual crumb catcher. You do not get lumbar support in Sensatec. Excuse me, you don't get the width adjustment in Sensatec. You do get lumbar support here, at least on the driver's side. That's another sort of option that was removed, and that's for the passenger side, so there's no bolster and there's no lumbar support. But standard other seat controls as well. All right, so on the inside, we've got, sorry about the glare here, the standard iDrive 7 live cockpit. Now that's an option on the 330i, so if you don't get it, you'll have sort of faux digital round speedometer and tachometer. So one thing that you don't get is the parking assistance package. So there's no 360 cameras currently available on all the base 3 Series, as well as the 4 Series. And I think also the 5 Series, not an option. So that was removed as a shortage measure. Let's talk about pricing. Hopefully you guys can see this. So we've got the MSRP starting at $41,450. Portimao Blue, another $550. But again, that requires the M Sport package at $3,400. So what I find puzzling is the driving assistance package, which is basically your active driving assistant, blind spot detection, lane departure warning, some of the other safety features, frontal collision mitigation, etc., are not standard on the car. That starts at $41,000. You figured it would be standard at this point in time, but it's still not. Got your premium package 2, which has changed over time So prior to maybe a few months ago, maybe about 5 or 6 months ago, that premium package included a heads-up display. So not all you get is the steering wheel heated, lumbar support, heated front seats, an optional heated front and rear, and gesture control. After that, it's not much. I mean, it's $750 before you used to get the heads-up display, which is now removed from base models. We also don't get the Harman Kardon sound system available as an option. We've got, let's see, what else we got? Pass-through lumbar delete, of course. Live Cockpit Pro, which is another $750, which does require premium package. So you get the premium package, you're adding on that Live Cockpit Pro. I don't think it's the case with the convenience package, which is a no-cost option, I still believe. So a few other we have a few other accessories here, but total MSRP for this particular car is $49,200, which is not bad, but I mean, long past the days where you get a 3 Series base model starting in the low 30s. There are aluminum mesh trim interior, standard gear selector in black, sort of high gloss black. I think this trim works well with this spec as well. Got our standard available CarPlay as well. But that's about it. I mean, for options and things that have been sort of removed for now. So hopefully that we start getting things back, but it's not looking good because we just got some notifications that the Harman Kardon has been removed for some of our M440 coupes. So maybe that's more of a shortage coming in. Got our back seat, and then the lovely Cognac. Got our fold down center rest here with cup holders in the middle here, so pretty good feature. Been standard here for the 3 Series for a long time. Now if you do option, I think it's a 792 wheels with performance non-run flat tires, you will be required to get a spare, a space saver spare, and that's going to significantly reduce your available space. So right now you can see pretty deep trunk. So if you get that space saver spare, your trunk floor is going to be up here rather than down there. So still pretty good spacing in the back as well. So let's go over some other specs too. So the 330i is powered by the B48, so it's an inline 4-cylinder engine with what they call a twin scroll turbo, which produces 255 horsepower, as well as 295 torques. So it's a pretty potent engine. I mean, obviously it's not M3 territory, but it's pretty good. Remember my first E90 328, that was 220 horsepower or so. Maybe about 190 pound-feet of torque, I think, if I recall correctly. It's come a long ways. It's obviously larger, more powerful. Get a lot of spirited driving out of this car, and pretty good miles per gallon as well. But that's about it for another, I don't know if we had the 330i on before, but the quick tour around the 2022 330i. And unfortunately, this is about it in terms of inventory at this point in time. We got a bunch of 330i's and not much else, but we'll see you at the next video.